your referee, Howard Foster. And now, your referee, Howard Foster.
At 128 pounds, undefeated with 10 wins, he has one draw with 3 of his 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Tanzania, here is Juma Choki.
And we welcome everyone inside the Cool Arena for the very first bout of Day 2 of Phase 2 of the WBC Grand Prix. I am Corey Erdman alongside Barack the Boxing Bully and Barry Jones, and we are getting things started with Juma Choki taking on Bekizizwe Maitse. It is Tanzania versus South Africa. Kick off Phase 2 in the featherweight bracket. Choki coming off a 6-round decision over Breeks Piala in the opening round. Bekizizwe Maitse took a 6-round win over Rodolfo Puentes.
He boxed really well, I thought, in the first fight. Choki, really solid, nice, snappy jab. But there's going to be a problem here against another southpaw who's tall and rangy. So he's going to have to try and slide into the distance, make that jab effective.
Maitse's grown up in the sport of boxing. His father is Wonderboy Malangu, who is still an active fighter, actually, at the age of 45. And the two of them have sparred throughout their lives. Recently reunited after a little bit of a public falling out after Maitse went over to Japan to spar with the Kamedas. His father took issue with him helping the Kamedas as they prepared to fight a South African fighter, but they have reconciled and he's supporting his son here for the tournament.
Boxing is the most patriotic sport. Good right hand.
Right hook there, yeah, good shot from Maitse. He looks to step back in with the left hand.
He's just controlling that distance and with that long reach at the minute, Maitse.
You see Choki trying to think of ways in which he could get past that long reach.
Yeah, Choki likes to reach in with his hands down. I think Maitse it'd be better if he try to counterpunch it to land that left hand, like right there, instead of trying to come in and land that left and him possibly get countered.
Yeah, it's a really good point, Barack. I think that Choki likes to do what Maitse is currently doing, but right now he has a guy with just longer dimensions who's beating him to the punch.
Yes, sir.
But what he can't do is what he's doing now. He's winding his stance, trying to get a little bit lower, but he's just not moving his feet. I think you've got to try and get a bit of rhythm to get him inside that, almost encourage you, either feinting or just give you a bit more acceleration and pace. But you do that with getting on the balls of your feet. Stop! And it'll take a bit of power, but you'll get a bit of success, and from that, then you can start planting your feet a little bit more.
Nice left hand. That was it. Choki is wobbled, and Dr. Sleep is on the hunt. Maitse pounding away. The timing.
Have a whole bunch of knockouts, but he basically hurts every fighter he fights. He hurt Puentes as well in the Phase 1.
They call him Dr. Sleep for a reason. And again, Maitse coming into the tournament as he looks for that same shot that wobbled Choki in the opening round. The only loss on his record was a 10-round decision loss to Vusi Nkambu, which, you know, is a fairly high-level domestic fight very early in his career. So Maitse had some high-level experience to go along with that sparring that we spoke of as well, as he lands another good left hand right on the forehead of Juma Choki.
But I think not unabandoned, but he should let that left hand go more frequently, because I don't think Choki's really reading it very well. So I think he can commit with the shots here.
That same shot. 2 left hands in a row from Bekizizwe Maitse.
And Maitse has to keep his left up coming in there like that, because he's very susceptible to that right hook.
And this is all about habits here for Choki. You can't box the way you don't train. And if you're always putting that hand low in training, you're not working on it, then you're just never going to get out of it. That's why I say to young pros, just you'll get away with bad habits early in your career, but then they're ingrained in you, they're impossible to get rid of, and then as you go through the levels, they become exposed.
Well, I think one of those habits, Barry, we just saw it right there, as he continues to slip to his left, he's kind of blinded to that left hand that's coming, and it's touching him nearly every time. Stiff jab there from Maitse.
But when you're a fighter who works everything off the jab, which I think Choki does, and you're up against a tall fighter who also has a good jab, it's always a hard match work. Always is. But you can't stay at this range. He's at the optimal range here for Maitse to let the hand go. You've got to get further away and try and jump into your attacks, or you've got to get inside the shots. You've got to slip inside and be brave.
See Choki trying to do that there a moment ago, but that right hook strayed way low.
But he can't because his legs are too wide and the back leg's too far back. More than wide, it's too far back, so you can't quicken your feet up.
It's definitely an issue with Choki's footwork, and even when he's trying to do angles, he's moving his back foot first instead of his front foot, making him slower and out of position.
I don't know what happened there, because he landed with a lovely right hand Choki.
That's twice.
Yeah, it's another low shot there.
But within that, he landed with a cracking right hand over the top that I think hurt Maitse.
Maitse seems to have recovered well.
Left hand, sorry, because southpaw.
Yes. 2 southpaws. I wonder if it looks strange to them fighting another southpaw.
Good. So they know what we feel like.
Right? Oh, there you go.
Shot there from Choki.
Good shot.
And another left hand.
I think Maitse's hurt. He's hurt.
Maitse is buzzed.
Put your hands up or hold.
Both men hurt in the closing moments of the opening 2 rounds.
He got a good game face. Maitse got a good game face. Got a good poker face.
One final left hand and a good.
Gave that to Choki.
We'll have the open scoring coming in just a moment, but right now, scores 20-18 twice for Bekizizwe Maitse, and even on one scorecard. Better round there, a much better round for Juma Choki. Both men have been hurt in the opening 2 rounds.
And I think that's the important thing. Even though Choki might not have won the round, the fact that he had success, and it was good, and it was a pretty good success as well. He really hurt him, but the fact he hit the target clean is enough to give him confidence now to close that gap.
And he made Maitse honest.
Yeah.
You know, now Maitse has something to look for, even though he switched to orthodox.
We can see already, just in the opening minute of the round, that Maitse has made some adjustments. He wasn't just standing at long range. He doesn't have the same level of certainty that he had in the opening round. And Barry, he had every reason to feel that way. He was landing nearly everything he was letting go.
Well, Choki couldn't get close to landing, but he didn't land with one shot, pretty much. And every time he let that left hand go, he was finding a home for it. So, yeah, he had to commit. You couldn't blame him for that.
All right, let's send it over to Claudia Trejos, who is in the corner of Juma Choki. Claudia, what are you hearing?
Well, Choki took a little bit trying to recover, but now we can see he's in his rhythm. But on the other hand, Maitse, he got clocked in that second round, finalizing it. And then in the corner, they asked him to be careful, hands up, but stick to combinations. Nice straight and use that hook. That hook has been very efficient for him.
Nice feint. Oh, good caught there, though. Just to say, nice feint from Maitse before he let that jab go. But again, if you watch Maitse's feet, he got lovely footwork. Because he got a wide stance as well, that front foot gets too close. That allows Choki to fire back. Good shot.
Left hand over the top there from Maitse. You see Choki looking for that counter right hook.
Choki just got to get a little bit more, just relax those shoulders so he can do that. There you go. Even though you're in front of him, you're walking down, but you're constantly moving target with your head and your shoulders.
Choki landing that right hook on the chest of Maitse there a moment ago. I think both men have identified a potential fight-ending shot here. There's a nice right hand from Maitse as he momentarily switches stances.
He got caught in the middle of switching stances as well.
Made something work nonetheless. As we enter the final 10 seconds of round 3. And that'll do it for the round. A lot of tension in this fight. Both may. Took a look at the corner of Bekizizwe Maitse. Very a familiar face over there.
Yeah, former world champion Zolani Tete, who was a fantastic fighter. Absolutely awesome. I remember the first time I saw him live was when he came over to fight Paul Butler from the UK. And Paul Butler was on a real roll, brilliant, and Tete just put him to sleep with an unbelievable shot in Liverpool in front of his own fan. It was amazing. What a fighter. And look at the size of him, he used to be a flyweight. He's only 6'2".
Maitse, his new charge, blessed with pretty good dimensions himself, but he said that making featherweight, in his words, is like cutting butter with a hot knife. Says he has no trouble getting down here. He's got those puncher's dimensions, Barack. That long, wiry frame.
I think he's trying to take advantage of the right-handed stance, so maybe he could slip a straight right in against the southpaw. Just hasn't been successful yet with that punch. And I just think, you see how it's easier for him to catch him on a counter. It's just that I think that's, instead of trying to come in, because he seems to get caught when he comes in, I think that's his best bet.
Left hand there from Choki as he steps in.
He's got quick on those feet up, Choki, hasn't he?
He's starting to find his range a little more here at middle distance. That left hand over the top, but a step back there from Maitse.
Yeah, he's getting too close, Maitse, there when he saw that left hand. No need to. That. Well, that right hand at that point. But
yeah, the right hand just wasn't landing flush.
There's no need to get that close, though. You're inviting the other guy into the fight there. You just punch long. Turn from the hips and the shoulders, almost square your shoulders up, rather than lean into the shot.
Good timing by Choki there with the check right hook.
And Choki's on a bit of a roll right now, as Maitse has been advancing forward. Choki having a much easier time allowing Maitse to come to him than he was having. Trying to get his way inside on Maitse as he lands a wicked right hook there.
Took it well, though.
They're both landing shots, and they're both kind of taking it much better than they did earlier in the fight.
That's a good point, Brock. The same shots that hurt them early in the fight, they are now taking it and moving forward.
Yes.
Well, 10 seconds of the round. It's Choki now, even winning the jab battle at times. Stuck a jab in there a moment ago. And that'll do it for the first.
Of those for the green corner, Maitse.
It's a winnable fight for Choki.
Yeah, he would have to win both of the final 2 rounds on 2 of the judges' scorecards here in order to send it to WBC's enhanced scoring system. So he could win on points.
Got to win big, because he did get wobbled, so that was a good win for Maitse in that round.
As you see the scores on your screen here, 39-37, 40-36, both for Maitse. And dead even on Judge A's scorecard.
Just trying to draw that lead, isn't he, Choki? You should be careful, he just doesn't lean back and get caught with that long left hand. Better distance here, though, for Maitse.
You get the feeling, Barry, just in listening to Maitse's corner, that they understand how important negotiating that distance is. That they seem to be instructing him with every single step. They're telling him, hey, step in, step out, and ensuring that he's staying focused on where he is, because all of those problems, as you've pointed out, that he has had when they've happened, nice left hand there from Maitse, have been because he's been inching a little bit too close.
And the step out's important, because you want to step out not too far, because you want to be able to counter something that comes back. But you've got to take that step out. If you're going to commit to the shot, you step in to get a bit more weight in your punch on that forward momentum. You've got to have that natural step out to make you miss, otherwise you're inviting them into the fight. And having a wide stance good, especially for power, but too wide means you can't move your feet quick enough, and also you'll step with the front foot automatically, and then you're too close to the target. You throw, and he can throw with you.
It's definitely controlling the distance that made this a better round for Maitse. You're 100% right.
He doesn't have to negotiate the distance. His distance is his, isn't it? So it's Choki who's got to close the gap. You don't have to close the gap. And from the first round, Choki was struggling with that.
Nice left hand there from Maitse.
Good round, actually, for Maitse.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I guess he just has it in him where he has to be the aggressor. He has to go forward. You know, even though I think it would be a smarter fight if he's lets the smaller guy come in. Just drab him all day, bam, bam, and then release that left hand. He's doing well. He's doing well now, being the aggressor.
Might win the fight this round.
Yep.
I'll do it for round 5. Just 1 to go here.
Outclassing Fuentes in the beginning, and then he kind of faded.
He's been really good tonight, really disciplined.
Oh yeah, he's sticking to the game plan. Very conditioned right now. He came to win.
Well, in all likelihood, Choki's going to need something big here in this round. But, you know, Brock, you pointed something out in the last round that might have been a little bit more useful for Choki a little bit earlier, which is that I think Maitse, you're right, does have that thing in him where he wants to be the aggressor. And you could see there were some times when Choki took a few more steps back and Maitse said, like, well, no, I can't not fight. I have to go after you. And that's when opportunities did open up for Choki.
Yes.
But with a minute 30, he kind of has to get a little desperate, does he not?
100%. Balls to the walls, as they say, in Barry's household.
Barry's household. That's not true. Nobody speaks to me in my house.
He has to go all out in this minute and 10 seconds he has left. He's inside.
There are those moments right there. Choki landed a nice right hook, but Maitse with a good body shot while he was in there as well.
Choki landed his best shot, that left hand, like the first one, then the second one after that. When they both engaged at the same time, I feel, and I think he had to do that, but I don't think his feet have been quick enough to close the distance to force Maitse to throw with him, for the most part.
When you only have a minute left and you're fighting a guy that's switching stances, that's confusing. Because you're planning to move in, you need something big, but the guy keeps switching stances and changing up your offense.
30 seconds of the contest.
But I'm a believer, when somebody switches stances like continuously, they do it for no reason. I always say that defensively on the other side they're not as good, so jump on them. I always say that. If someone switches on you, unless they're brilliant at it and you know that, then switch, then jump on them, because defensively they're never as good.
It got to be methodically, and a lot of times I think it's just out of habit.
Yeah.
You know, certain guys, like what I've noticed with Maitse is he'll overshoot.
After 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Barry Lindenman scores it 59-55. Judge Steve Morrow scores it 60-54. And Judge Francisco Ayosa scores it 58-56. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Bekizizwe Dr. Sleep Maitse.
Your referee, Howard Foster. And now, your referee, Howard Foster.